Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a belly button piercing Q&A. I want to do this because I thought it would be useful, and I hope this video helps you guys if you're getting your belly button pierced and you're scared, or if anything that I went through helps you getting through the nerves. And if you guys have any questions or concerns, one, I am not an expert on belly button piercings. This is what happened to me and what I like to share with you guys. Of course, I always encourage you guys to ask a professional or contact your piercer if you have any concerns, you know. Please just don't depend on my answers. This is just my experience. So with that being said, I asked you guys to ask me a couple questions on Instagram or Snapchat, and yeah, I'm gonna answer some on both. So let's get started with the first question. This one was asked by Jen Lucian. This is a close friend of mine from high school, so hey girl, if you're watching this. She said, does your piercing get stuck with your shirt when having it on? Actually, it doesn't get stuck with my shirt, but I wear a lot of high-waisted jeans and it will get stuck. That being said, I wear a lot of high-waisted jeans, and I've noticed that when they are high up and I try to like make them a little bit down, I kind of forget that I have a piercing at this point, and it does tug on it. I don't recommend your piercing tugging on stuff because that's how it starts to migrate or move. So you want to be careful with it. Now, it's happened to me plenty of times where I just don't remember. At this point it doesn't hurt, but I remember when I had the piercing on, I had to be very careful with everything that I did because it was so sensitive to the touch. It hurt a lot, honestly, but now that it's been healed, it doesn't hurt at all anymore. It does tug on it, and I'm trying to be careful with it, but it's so hard sometimes, you guys. You just forget you have it on at this point. Next question. Taking on Diana. Hey girl, I love you so much. She asked me, when you grow older, will the belly piercing affect your stomach? So as far as I've researched and I've seen, I know you get the belly button hole, like the piercing holes scar you because it's two holes in your body. As I get older, I feel like those holes will eventually, and I take my piercing out, of course, those holes will eventually close, but I will have a scar left over. I feel like that's my only concern. Also, when you get older, obviously I want to have kids in the future, so I don't know how long I'm gonna have the belly button piercing for, but I know the holes can stretch out or close even. So they have belly rings meant for pregnant people that are really long, and they look kind of funny, honestly, but that's just so you can have something in there and it won't close, because as your stomach stretches, the holes do too. So you need something that can keep it. I don't know how to explain it really, but they have something for that. So as you grow older, I feel like it does affect you kind of, because you'll have a scar. I've known of some people who have taken their piercing out and have not scarred at all, so that is really interesting for me. But like, seeing how I am and how my body is, I scar really easily, and I feel like it's gonna leave a scar. Like, I'm not gonna be able to help it. Does that make sense? So yes girl, I hope that answers your question. This is from Garcimancas. Hey girl. She said, I got one but it got infected and I took out the ring but it left an ugly mark. Does it ever go away? Can I replace it? Can I re-pierce it? So I know people who have gotten infected and they let it heal and then they re-pierce it, and I've heard that it hurts more because the piercing is going through scar tissue. Every body differs, so it depends on your pain tolerance, it depends on how much you can take. Now the scar as well, I know there's creams and stuff that you can put on it to make the scar less noticeable. There's also like home remedies. I don't know exactly, you guys might have to Google it, but it's like lemon and baking soda, and that is supposed to help with lightening up the scar so it's not as noticeable. So there's a couple things you can probably do there so the scar isn't so noticeable, but I'm sure you can definitely re-pierce it. It's just like, do you want to re-pierce it or not? I feel like sometimes when your piercing gets infected, it's because your body just doesn't want it and it doesn't want to have it there, so it starts to fight back. Your body starts fighting back, and that's why it gets infected. So when I first got it pierced, my piercing did not look pretty at all. I thought it was infected a lot of the times, but I just kept it in there and I just kept cleaning it, and it eventually healed. So I had someone ask me about the status of my scar. If you guys didn't know, I have a whole story time of what happened to me a year in of getting my piercing. So long story short, I'll link the video below, but long story short, I got this random bruise like on the middle of my belly button. It started to be a wound, and a couple months later it healed, but it left a nasty scar, and I'll probably insert a picture of what the scar looked like 6 months later. I wanted to show you guys how the scar looks a year later. Now, I have not done anything to this. I have just let it heal on its own, and I'm very surprised. Well, I think personally that scar has gone down a lot, and yeah, I'm really happy about it because I was very so cautious about that scar because I felt like it looked kind of not the greatest. It was really random because it was in the middle of the piercing. It wasn't where the holes were at, so I didn't personally like it, but I'm glad that it's gone down a lot. So I'm gonna show you guys, and I'll try to take a picture of it later to show you guys as well, like up close. The scar is still there. I'm not saying it's gone, but it is a lot less noticeable in my opinion. And yeah, I think it's just time that's healing it, you know. I'm very glad the scar has gone down. I wasn't liking that part of my piercing. Sophia XXO asked me, what would you rate the pain? So I would say that the pain for me, it was either a 6 out of 10 or a 6.5 out of 10. I personally felt it. The pain was very quick though, so it wasn't something that I was like, oh, you know. The healing part was the most annoying to me than actually getting it pierced. So yeah, I wouldn't really worry about the pain because the pain goes away. Once it's in there, it's in there, and you just have to worry about it healing properly because then it can cause other problems. Someone wanted to know where I get my jewelry. I've gotten it online at Body J for you. I'll link the where I get my stuff. They have really nice jewelry there. I made a whole dedicated video on it, so if you guys want to like check out a couple, I'm gonna link everything down below. I've gotten a couple from Claire's, I've gotten a couple from Zoomies, or is it Spencer's, one of those two. Yeah, right now I'm stuck at the one I just showed you just because it's comfortable and I haven't had it bothering me or anything. I really like that one, so that's the one I have on right now. But you can find so many cute ones. I'm really into just silver, like the silver ball at the bottom, silver ball at the top. I think those are so cute. So that's where I get them. I mean, I will say that you can get a lot of them online and they'll be just fine. So how much did my belly button piercing cost? Some people have told me that they paid $20, $30, $50. Someone told me they paid $60. I paid $50. I think that's pretty common for like a good piercing. I wouldn't trust, I mean, I don't know, I wouldn't say the most expensive the better, but if something's costing you like $5, $10 for like a piercing, make sure that it's a good place and that you can trust it, because it just doesn't sound very reasonable to me for them to charge so low unless you're doing a promotion. But just be careful. Mine costed $50. Maybe it was overpriced or not, I don't know. I tipped the guy too. So how can you tell if your belly button piercing is infected? So you're gonna see redness or swelling, and if you feel like your belly button piercing is infected, this is just what I have researched and this is what I have seen. If you feel like it's infected, please contact a professional, your piercer, a doctor. Don't just base everything from what I am telling you, okay? Please don't do that. I want everyone to be as safe as possible. If you have redness or swelling of the skin around the piercing, if you have pain or tenderness around the area or when you touch the area, yellow or greenish discharge coming from the piercing area. When I got it pierced, I was experiencing redness and swelling and pain and tenderness. That was because I just got it pierced. If it's been a year, 2 years later, and you're seeing still that it's very swollen, that it's really red, that you're getting yellow or green discharge, because an off-white, whitish discharge is pretty normal at the beginning. Yellow or greenish discharge, it might be infected and it might be something that you have to look into. If you get a high temperature or fever, that's extreme. If you're feeling sick, that's obviously not normal from a piercing. Please get yourself checked out. Don't just be like, oh, you know, it's fine. No, get it checked out and see what's up, because you don't want to mess up your body for your piercing. You don't want to feel sick because of a piercing. It's just a piercing, you guys. Please be safe. and go to someone that you trust, okay? I've gotten a lot of questions on how do you clean your belly button. This is how I cleaned it. My piercer recommended Dial soap for me, so that's what I got. I got Dial soap. It's a disinfecting soap. They told me to clean it 3 times a day, and that's what I did. You can use a lukewarm saline solution and clean it up that way. There's plenty of ways to clean it. I can sit here and tell you every single way, but there's gonna be people who are gonna be like, no, you're not supposed to do that, or yes, you can do that. So I will say just go by what your piercer tells you, and yeah, just do that. Everyone does it differently, I feel like, and I think it's just safe to go by what the professional tells you. What is the healing process like for belly button piercings? So every body is different. For me, it took about 8 to 10 months for it to fully heal, I feel like, and I think that's because I changed my piercing really early. 4 months in, I was already trying to see what would fit in there, like what cute belly piercings I could put in there, and I think that made my healing process a lot longer because I was messing with my belly button a lot more. Just leave it alone as much as you can until you don't feel any pain anymore, until you can move it up and down and it doesn't hurt, and then go ahead and change it. Like I said, everyone heals differently. I've heard people heal really soon. For me, it took a long time, so everyone is different. The healing process is annoying, and if you're trying to have your piercing out for the summer, I would say pierce it around September, October, the holidays basically, so you can have enough time for it to heal, because they don't really recommend you going into chlorified water once you have your piercing in. So if you want it healed and not look all red and ugly and stuff, then I would definitely do it months prior so you can have enough time to heal. This is why I wanted to post this video, because it's probably a good time. I got it pierced 2 years, bro. Okay, my 2-year anniversary is gonna come up soon. I got it pierced when I was 20 years old, September 29th to be exact. So if you guys want to do that, do it then, so you guys can rock it in the summer, and it's less annoying because you're having your piercing covered. I would have sweaters on all the time, so it wouldn't even matter, no one would see it. So I would definitely recommend that to be the best time to do it. So what advice do you give someone who wants to get their belly button pierced but they are too scared to do so? I'm gonna finish it off with that question right there, because I wanted to get my belly button pierced for the longest time. I was really scared. I didn't think my parents would let me, which they did. I was very happy that they did. But if you have your parents' permission and you're just scared to do it, I would say just go for it. I know it's a very common answer, but honestly, I feel like if it's something you've been wanting, you're gonna love it on you once it's there. So if you're scared, go with someone that you like or whatever. Go with someone that you trust. Hold their hand, squeeze it, and just go through it real quick, and then that's it. It will be done. It'll be over with. You'll have your little dangly piercing jewelry, and you'll love it. I think it's such a great form of expression. I think they make an outfit a lot cuter when you're wearing a crop top or whatever and you have your little belly piercing on. I think it's so cute, and I freaking love it. You know, I love changing it out to different ones. Hey guys, my camera shut down, so I don't know what I was saying, but I think I was talking about how I really love the piercing and how it makes me feel, and I love changing out the little piercings I have. I think it makes an outfit super duper cute. I just really like it, and I don't regret it at all, especially if you're working. Well, for me personally, I work really hard at the gym, so I like to show off my belly with the piercing. I think it looks really cute. Yeah, I know everyone has their own reasons to getting it. If you're scared, just go for it. You'll end up loving it, trust me. And yeah, I wouldn't trade the healing process. I know it's annoying, but I think it was definitely worth it now that it's healed, because I can just wear whatever I want whenever I want, and it's just a couple months of, you know, extra care. Hope you guys got a little information out of this video. It was really fun to make. If you have any other questions or concerns, we can start a conversation at the bottom and answer each other's questions. Of course, I'll try to answer as much as I can. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. We're at 9,000 subscribers finally, and I'm so happy about that. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Vivir sin eso es como vivir sin razón.